Hi, everybody. I'm Jeff Barton, and thanks for listening to the show. This is the Mortgage Minute. We come to you almost every day on LinkedIn and Facebook. Sometimes we hit some other social medias. We have a radio show that we blast out on 5 stations in 3 different states, so appreciate those people that listen. And we're also on YouTube. We shoot a lot of these shows for YouTube, so if you want to see me and some of the guests that appear on the radio show, go to Jeff Barton, the Mortgage Voice. That's our YouTube channel. Let's get right to the news to use section. Uh, uh, let's talk rates, right? Rates have leveled off a little bit. They had a huge jump last week, half point, as everyone knows, and it really scared the heck out of all the originators that I know in the mortgage lending business. But we've since calmed down. There are some bumps in the road this week in regards to second homes and investment properties by Fannie Mae and the requirements now being issued by them in order to do those kind of loans. But if you're in the 30-year fixed rate crowd, it's still pretty good. Rates did rebound and go a little bit lower today, although microscopically, as it said in the article I read on Mortgage News. Daily, 3.27 is the 30-year fixed, 2.62 is the 15. The, let's say, FHA is at 2.75, still really good rate, right? And jumbo 3.33. Now that jumbo has been like this for a long time. It really has weathered the storm of the ups and downs, and I'm not really sure why. But maybe because those are really not subject to Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac guidelines. They don't buy those jumbo loans anyway. A conforming jumbo, yes, but not super jumbo. Not anything over $1 million, that's for sure. 2.62 is the 5-1 ARM. That's still a pretty good rate. The 10-year Treasury, the yield is at 1.52266. Now, they usually don't quote it out that far, but since we've had such a rise, and I get not volatility per se, but rising in the yields. I'm sorry, the yields on the Treasury go up, but the price to buy those bonds goes down. And those are bad things. And as it says in the same article, that's why rates go up. And that's why they have been going up. But as I said today, they're pretty much flat. I talked on Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac on second homes and what you have to expect from that. There's going to be some expense adjustment as a result of Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac not being, I guess it's just Fannie Mae, not being able to purchase those products because they got a red flag out on these second homes and investment properties. So beware if you're in that market currently. Will higher rates cool down the market? That's to be determined. We don't know. Usually it does, but we have so much momentum. We just passed that $1.9 trillion stimulus package, and that's really going to affect a lot of people in their desire to get back in the market, get out there. The economy is opening up in a lot of places. The vaccine is really happening. I know in some places around the country, they've even opened it up. Alaska, first state, for example, that opens it up to anybody who wants a shot, go get a shot. That means they've got plenty, and that's going to be a state. Obviously, Alaska is far removed from the lower 48. But at the same time, it is an indication of the economy and what's going to happen. With this $1.9 trillion stimulus, you're going to see some pretty shocking numbers come along very soon. And hopefully that won't affect the housing market in terms of higher prices and not enough inventory. But the not enough inventory really has a lot more to do with long-term investment of builders and those people who have rental properties from the last recession. Why don't they give them up and maybe give them back to people who want to buy single-family residences? And we're talking mostly about big institutional investors who purchased a ton of those, whether it's in Florida or Vegas or any number of different places that I can think of that are vacation type rentals or like that. Okay, so home equity, the difference in neighborhoods, white, black, Hispanic, and Asian. As you might think, the white homes have a better appreciation in value than black home ownership. Asian home ownership, however, has done even better than the white home ownership in terms of equity in their home. There's different reasons why things are like that. We try to look at why there isn't equity across the board the way it should be in terms of if you live in a particular area, if you live in a particular neighborhood, your house value is less than the guy running down the street. That's because we don't have homogeneous areas. We don't have homogeneous population living in each and every area. We have different pockets and they're evaluated differently. And we try to address that all the time. There's another article I wanted to get to right away before we're ending, and that's almost within the next 30 seconds. LA opens its first tiny home village to ease homeless crisis. Now, I've been talking about this as a solution to the housing crisis anyway. Let's build smaller houses on government land, lease them out to people who need homes. If we can get into a situation where we can subdivide those tiny lots into tiny lots, tinier lots, and get a small home built, we can sell them and not inundate a neighborhood, but be able to share in, you know, the wealth of where we all live, to get people off the street, to get people into houses, to be able to create some wealth on their own, to get them invested in what we have here in America, which is the greatest opportunity in the world to make a ton of cash. And usually that occurs for most people by paying off their mortgage. Anyway, enough preaching. A buddy of mine told me that I was doing too much of that anyway. I'm Jeff Barton, your voice in the mortgage industry. Thanks very much, and we'll see you next time.